out on the sea, searching for something that really found me. I didn't know it, but it drew me to it. Soon I was full of its passion in me. I'm Italo Labignan. 40 years I've fished the world and have learned it's not just about catching the fish, the size of the fish, or the numbers. It's about appreciating every sunrise and sunset, the smell of the sea, savoring the culture and the fish with friends. Here's the catch. It's the total experience. Presented by Bear Reels, versatile, precision, handcrafted hybrid center pins. Seabreeze boats, tame the oceans. Raymarine Electronics. Raymarine, simply superior. How much do some guys like to fish? We just don't know when to quit. We fish all day, and now we're going to take advantage of the full moon and do an all-nighter on Tyler DeGraff's Always and Forever charter boat. It's a little more challenging to get rigs tied up with just boat lights on, but at the same time, it's a good time to get to know the other guests you're going to be fishing with. As we run out, Tyler is up and down the tower like a squirrel, checking that everything is running properly. How do you navigate in the dark? Raymarine Electronics, or an asset in Tyler's helm, looks a little bit like an aircraft dashboard, with all gauges on and bright fish finders tracking the bottom and making sure we can navigate properly even in the dark. We are running to our spot, and the mate is already preparing our frozen bait by separating them from the main frozen chunk. He's cutting off the tails so that when we rig them up, they drop straight to the bottom, and setting them so they're easy for us to grab when the fishing action gets hot. We get about 30 miles out, and Tyler checks the first spot. We get our lines rigged, lower them down, and Glenn Pickering, who's from Canada, hooks the first fish. It turns out to be a small amberjack. Tyler is looking for snapper, and we're off to the next spot. We arrive at our second spot, hook up our frozen baits, and drop lines down to the bottom. In seconds, Karl Kustor, who's also Canadian, is fighting a good-sized fish. He reels in steady and keeps us cool. It turns out to be our first nice-sized mangrove snapper. We get some nice shots of his catch, it goes into the cooler, and we get back to fishing. For a break, Captain Tyler drops the line down and instantly hooks up on a fish. Okay, we're close. Let's see what it is. It's a jack.
It's a jack.
They're fun though.
What you got over here, Jack?
Okay. Beautiful fish. Doing a night charter, something a little bit different. So we're just rigging up these herring baits. They're frozen. Fish jumping everywhere. We're using these double hook rigs that are standard. And our leader's kind of light because we're trying to really go for the snappers that are on the bottom. And this is kind of nice because it's social fishing. You meet new people. You have fun. You don't sleep. The night action continues with Glenn landing a small red snapper, Karl landing a lane snapper, and I pose for a picture with the Easley brothers with a nice gag grouper they just landed. A nice fish. Be nice to see what it is. Tyler, you picked it up right off the bottom.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't think it's a jack. Did he eat it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still, to hold him up though. That's a beautiful fish. Yeah, we'll cut it. We're You're a gentleman. Here, let's see if I cannot drop this fish. Wow. Beautiful red. They're gorgeous, eh? Okay, we're gonna drop them back in the water. What a beautiful fish. Nice sheen. Okay. There. He goes right down. Nice red snapper. Even with the full moon, it's pretty dark, but we continue to catch nice snapper, taking photos and having fun. The Easley brothers are having non-stop action, but you can tell we're all getting tired because we're getting quieter and quieter. Good job. It's a trophy.
My first
Good
one,
job.
so I'm excited.
It's a nice one, yeah.
Come all the way out
Gorgeous
of New Mexico
fish.
for one of those.
Yeah.
Good looker.
I'll tell you what, all of the fish here, real fighters. This guy felt like a little guy, and then he just started fighting like crazy. I wonder if it's going to be another red snapper. Beautiful fish. Gorgeous fish. Look, isn't that a gorgeous fish? Light color because it came from deep water. These guys are so smart that they're really hard to get this size during the day. But at night, especially on a full moon, you can trick them. Okay, I need the hook out because this guy swallowed it. So, okay, actually it's not hooked too bad. I got one hook right there. Come on. Look, you can see those teeth. Boy, what a predator fish. Come on, open up. Great eating, beautiful. I'm glad you got a big cooler.
Yeah. Last trip we actually had to stand on the cooler to close it up.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get him in there.
All right.
Perfect. We continue to hook up a variety of big and small fish, and we release the smaller ones. Karl lands more nice Almaco jacks, and I ice a nice eating size yellowtail snapper. Now we're getting really finicky and looking for just those tasty snapper. It's a, yep. How did you know?
Okay, crank.
Real. Pull up.
Look at non-stop excitement. Carl's got a big fish on.
Turn him, Craig.
I got a little fish
Lock
on.
him down. You in low gear?
Notice that I'm wearing a glove, so I can hold them. I'm gonna switch hands.
Sharky boys.
Sharky.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So these are great eating, these Almaco jacks. I don't know if he's gonna, usually have a stripe, but this guy's very light. You can see that stripe on his head. You can get some nice fillets, but we're throwing all these back. We're kind of being picky, like some of the predator fish, trying to get those nice snappers. I'm gonna tuck him. He's gonna disappear really quick. The saga continues with Team Always and Forever Charters, all lined up across the stern of the boat trying to catch fish. I'm trying to fight and free spool. No, every once in a while it clicks into this reel has the drag, but I try to fight it so that I'm just free spool. Just adds to the challenge, you know? So I got to use my finger as a drag.
Yeah.
Just be careful that you move your hand away. Yeah, don't worry, I'll mark it. I like that sound. Snapper flap. Be nice if this was a nice mangrove. Okay, let's see what it is. Man, this fish, is it a jack? Sure, fought hard. What are you? Yep. Amberjack. That's okay. I got those calicos earlier. It's the first amberjack. Come on, settle down. I need to grab you. See if I can lift them up. There. Yeah. It's in good shape. There. Actually, not bad. Man, did this guy fight for his size. I thought I had a lot bigger fish on. They do. I got one about 60 or 70 pounds on this pin. Talk about a fight. Beautiful. Here, let's see if we can have a nice look at it. Pretty fish. Okay, off into the darkness. There he goes. Wow, non-stop action. Tyler's busy. I thought he was going to join me fishing, but he's doing captain stuff. We're going through a lot of this frozen bait, let me tell you. So, I don't hear from Tyler for a while, and then I discover he's down in the engine room doing some mechanical work. I knew he was a great charter captain, and now I know that he's a diesel mechanic to boot. We're anchored up, fishing and getting quieter. Fatigue is setting in. But we continue to hook up.
Don't have a big rod down?
On a charter boat with several anglers, it's common to mark the fish with a symbol, so at the end of the trip, you know whose fish is who. Does he qualify for a flag or not?
Yeah.
I got a light line on. I don't know if you want to.
Every once in a while, things get pretty hectic in the dark when someone hooks a fish that fights hard and they can't figure out what it is because it's dark, like this surprise bluefish that the Easleys hooked up. I put a glove on because we've got such non-stop action. You can see I'm using my little finger as my drag lever on these fish. Be interesting to see what happens if I hook a really big fish. It's nice so that everybody's been hooking up, either losing fish, landing fish, throwing fish back, throwing fish in the cooler. This feels like a decent snapper. Come on. Let's have a look at you. Come on. Oh yeah. It's a nice yellowtail. Ah, there. Beautiful yellowtail. Come on, settle down. There, there. There. If I can just get my finger in there. Come on, so I can show them to you. This is what you can expect to catch when you go out on a night charter. Look at, isn't that a gorgeous fish? Beautiful. Very plentiful, great eating, a lot of fun to bring up. Closed captioning brought to you by Leguano, natural barefoot technology for every adventure. We were all able to get some sleep on the way back. The snappers were resting on ice, and now it's time for Tyler to do the cleaning process. Tyler starts by cutting the snapper just behind the head down to the vertebrae. He proceeds to run the fillet knife down the back, along the spine, all the way down to the tail. He separates the fillet from the body and repeats the process on the other side. The carcass and skin are discarded in the water, and Tyler proceeds to separate the fillet from the skin. The birds take advantage of the scraps and enjoy their own meal. Tyler grabs the next yellowtail snapper and doesn't waste any time filleting it. You can see his confidence that has come from filleting thousands of fish. This is where a flexible blade and a sharp fillet knife comes in handy. Fillets are rinsed with fresh water, and Tyler removes the skin from the fillets on the second snapper. The fillets are trimmed, the ribcage removed. Mr. Pelican also shows up to enjoy the fillet scraps. The fillets are rinsed again, and Tyler proceeds to remove the small bones along the lateral line, and the fillets are ready to grill. Wow, what a setting. The sun shining gold, warm air, and the gentle sound of the ripple of the water and a light breeze. This evening we're going to dine in style on Tyler's always and forever charter boat. His 36-foot boat is a serious chartering vessel designed for offshore trips in comfort and fishability. Tyler carefully places the skinless and boneless fillets in an aluminum tray. Tyler likes butter. So do I. A lot. He proceeds to cut some into sections and slices up a lemon. He turns on the grill, checks the heat. While the grill heats up, Tyler gently places the butter chunks on the fillets and squeezes fresh lemon over the fish. While Tyler's preparing our meal, I'm trying to practice self-control and stick to checking messages on my cell phone. Big help, right? Haha. Tyler carefully shakes sparse seasonings on the fillets, making sure they don't overpower the flavor. He covers the tray with aluminum foil to keep the heat in, and they're off to the hot grill. While the snapper is cooking, he gets the plates ready with fresh buns, checks the snapper, and they look done. He removes the tray from the grill and proceeds to add mayo to our buns. Looking good. I'm ready to enjoy some amazing fresh yellowtail snapper on a bun. Hey bro, are you just starting that or is it ready?
It's about ready. You ready to eat some food?
You know what? I missed you doing everything. Okay, what did you do?
Oh, we got some yellowtail snapper and mangrove snapper.
Look how nice and white that flesh is.
Oh, it came out perfect.
I hope that's butter. I love butter.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Makes it nice and juicy.
You know, look, it's almost time we can eat and go back out and fish another 48 hours.
Hey, we could go if you want to.
So how are we going to eat these?
We got some just mayonnaise and hamburger buns. We're going to do a real basic way.
So this, I'm going to call this the Always and Forever Bistro. Only for nice guys, though, right? Not for everybody.
Yep,
okay,
that
so
sounds pretty good.
how are you going to get the fish on here? Because it's probably done well.
Well, let's see what we can do here. We got a knife over here.
I'm amazed that you have a grill on the boat and
Yeah,
besides
you gotta
all
have
your
everything.
fishing gear and everything. Here's a fork, if that helps.
Yeah, let's try
There.
that.
I like this. You know, I'm not a fancy dining guy. I love fresh fish. Look at this.
Gotta get that little piece there.
You are so careful. Now, does Chloe like fish?
Chloe loves fish.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
So you want a little more?
Yeah,
There you
might
go.
as well. Don't want to waste it, you know. And one little crumb there. I haven't eaten since last time, eh? Perfect. Okay, I'm going to hold yours while you get yours ready.
All right. Let's try to see if we can get this one. No, it's not
it's
gonna
okay.
happen.
No, but that's fish, right?
Hey, that means it's tasty.
Yeah.
It's falling apart.
Yeah, yeah. So I have a feeling you filleted this boneless.
Yes, we filleted it boneless.
Good.
There we go.
And what did you do? What seasonings did you use? Here's yours.
We used the Southwest Chipotle Mrs. Dash. It's just a simple.
Here, we got seats there, but you know what? I think this is great right here. I'm gonna cover that up. Come on over here.
All right.
So how did you prepare? What did you put on it?
We used a little bit of Chipotle seasoning, some butter, and actually a lot of butter, and a little bit of lemon. And we had that covered in a tinfoil pan right on top of the grill for about 10 minutes at 400 degrees.
That's so simple. You know what I like about this? We're gonna really enjoy the fish flavor, right? And a nice fresh bun.
Yep.
Okay, can I start?
Yes,
you don't
you
mind,
can.
right? Because I love fresh fish. That is so good.
Very good. I'm gonna have
love
to try.
mayo. No, it's really light. Nothing like having the filet-o-fish, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I love your boat. 35, 36?
It's a 36 overall. It's an express. She rides pretty good.
She runs real good. Because on the way back, some guys were sleeping. I'm not going to mention any names. They went down in the bunk. So I was doing the head bobbing like this.
Yep.
Because we met here around 6-ish. You said 5:30. I was a little bit behind. And we got back around 5.
Yeah, that was an all-night affair.
Did you fish earlier that day or not? Did you have a charter?
We did not fish that day, but the day prior to that, we had 3 trips in a row, and it was.
I just realized that was like now, this morning, 5 a.m.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
So now we're enjoying the fresh fish. So we did a 48-hour marathon. So we were out 6 a.m. yesterday till 4, changed our clothes, met you at 6 o'clock, fished straight through till 5. Well, by the time we got back, it was 5 a.m.
Wow.
We were a little bit dazed. Did you see us walking? Kind of. Nobody fell in the water. We made it home, had a nice sleep, and now we're enjoying these fresh fish.
Awesome.
So, do you think you'll ever get tired of chartering?
I don't think so. I really enjoy, more than myself catching fish, I enjoy everybody enjoying it themselves, catching their personal best and everything, and putting some fish in the box. I really like seeing it.
Where did the name Always and Forever? Most guys, it's like grip fishing, pull the lips or whatever, you know, reef, chaser, whatever.
I thought Always and Forever was pretty unique. It was actually the name of my first boat that I got when I was 14 years old in high school running. And you know what? The name just stuck, and I felt that was the right name.
It's 5 years ago.
Yep.
Now you're like official captain. I think you got a lot of respect on the water because you post the stuff on Facebook. I asked some of the guys, like, how did you hear about Tyler? Facebook, you know, so you keep posting all those catches.
A lot of Facebook stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's awesome. Well, you know what? I'm going to keep eating the sandwich.
Very good.
We even have music in the background. This is awesome. If people want to book a charter, how can they get a hold of you?
There's a few different ways. You could go on Facebook at Always and Forever Charters. You can go to my website, alwaysandforevercharters.com altogether. And my Instagram is captain_DeGraff.
Wow, that's awesome. And what I like is, I noticed, because I do social media stuff too, a lot of times you'll post how many openings you have, which makes it real simple, because sometimes I think it's one guy and he sees the fish are catching and he goes, well, I don't have 3-4 guys to take with me. But when he sees that you've got an opening, when to show up and stuff, I think that's awesome. For the night fishing, is the moon important or not?
The moon is pretty important when you're night fishing. If you have a little bit of a moon, it gets the bite pretty going. Your snapper are actually nocturnal feeders. And what happens is they usually are almost nocturnal during the day, and they feed like crazy at night, and that's why you got your full moon snapper bite. That's
well,
very,
we had
very
non-stop
good.
action. I know you didn't think we got a lot of fish. I mean, I ended up cleaning the fish. When I woke up this morning, there was quite a bit of fish. And I mean, everybody walked home with fish, right? Every time we dropped, we got a fish, and we fished 2 or 3 spots, and that was it. Then we came back, with lots, and we lost fish.
Oh, we lost a ton of nice fish.
We had our rear end spanked a little bit by bite-offs and big fish. We had some highlights. We saw the nigh around the boat.
We got a nice gag.
The king ripped the bait off at whatever, 40 miles an hour, a nice gag. I'd call it a slammer blue. I think it was like
for our side,
pounds.
that was a very nice blue fish.
Yeah, so that's awesome. If you like the action that we had and you'd like to experience it daytime or nighttime, if you're anywhere in Southwest Florida, and even kind of Central Florida, I don't care if it's Orlando, Tampa, or even Miami or Fort Lauderdale, it's worth the drive over to fish with Tyler. He's 19 years old, he loves to fish, and he catches a lot of fish. Is that correct? Okay.
We always do.
Good job. Okay, let's
Awesome
finish
trip.
ours. This is awesome. And we got more, I saw that.
We got extra.
One day I wandered out on the sea, searching for something that really found me. I didn't know it, but it drew me to it. Soon I was full of its passion in me. I'm Italo Labignan. 40 years I've fished the world and have learned it's not just about catching the fish, the size of the fish, or the numbers. It's about appreciating every sunrise and sunset, the smell of the sea, savoring the culture, and the fish with friends. Here's the catch. It's the total experience. Presented by Bear Reels, versatile, precision, handcrafted hybrid center pins. Seabreeze Boats, tame the oceans. Raymarine Electronics. Raymarine, simply superior.